If you watched my last video on the Beatbot AquaSense 2 Ultra, you know how much I love this device. We've been using it for about a month and a half now to clean our pool practically every single day. But if you don't need a device that has all the bells and whistles and are looking to save a little bit of money, the Beatbot AquaSense 2 might actually be the device for you, and it comes in at less than half the cost. Let's check it out. So let's kick things off with just a quick unboxing where we go over some of the basics of what the AquaSense 2 has to offer. In the box, you'll find a quick start guide, which is really all you need to get this thing set up and running in just a couple of minutes. But there's also a pretty detailed user manual that highlights everything that you need to know about the unit, including the regular maintenance. So be sure to check that out. And then there's the unit itself. Compared to the 2 Ultra, this thing is quite a bit smaller and definitely a lot lighter as well, which honestly is great because it makes it a whole lot easier just to move around from place to place and also when you're pulling it out of the pool. And then below that, there's the charging dock, which comes with 2 detachable legs, which slide right into place. Now you could just turn this on, select the cleaning mode, and then throw it into the pool and have it start cleaning. But I do definitely recommend downloading the Beatbot app on your smartphone, since as this unit turned on for the first time and I connected it, there was a software update ready to be installed. Now while you can set the cleaning modes on the unit itself by pressing the buttons on top, in the app this is where you're going to select the custom zone mode, which you can set it to clean the floor or the walls multiple times, so definitely be sure to check that out. Now before we just throw this in the pool and start cleaning it, I want to give you guys a quick look at the size difference between the AquaSense 2 and the AquaSense 2 Ultra. Just with this visual comparison alone, you can clearly see why the little one is less than half the price here. But let's actually put it to the test to see how it actually does. Now, I do want to note that robotic pool cleaners aren't exactly new. Pool owners have been using these for years to clean their pools, but they've traditionally been tethered units that aimlessly roam the bottom of your pool. They are a little bit of a safety hazard because of that tether, so it's not really recommended to swim when they're cleaning your pool. And then those older ones really don't have a whole lot of smarts built in, so they take forever to clean your pool. With this unit though, Beatbot has crammed in 16 different sensors that help orient itself when it's in your pool, allowing it to map out the area and then plan out an optimized path to clean the floors, walls, and the water line as well. When you throw it in the pool, the AquaSense 2 will first get the lay of the land by going around the perimeter of the pool, and then it'll immediately start working on cleaning the floor with an S-shaped pattern, making sure that it doesn't miss anything. The powerful suction of the motors allows it to pretty much suck up anything that's fallen to the bottom of the floor. And then with that mesh filter on the debris bin, it actually captures pretty much anything that's down there, including sand and silt that have fallen to the bottom of the pool. I'll definitely show you guys everything that it cleaned up from the floor of the pool once we clean out that wastebasket a little bit later on, but it seems to be doing a pretty good job, especially with the pine needles that have fallen into the pool, since we do have a tall pine tree that just sits over it. As anyone knows that has a pine tree by the edge of the pool, we constantly get pine needles in it, which is pretty annoying. The built-in 10,000 milliamp hour battery that's in this unit is enough to keep the robot cleaner going for up to 4 hours when cleaning the floor of the pool, or 3.5 hours if it's cleaning the floor, walls, and the water line as well. Since I didn't give it a full charge after the unboxing and we just threw it in the pool and started the work, it only had about a 50% charge before we started. Even with that though, that was more than enough to do a double pass of the floor of the pool and even clean the walls and the water line before it finished up. According to Beatbot, the battery is enough to clean the floor of a 3,230 square foot pool on a single charge, which is pretty impressive. As for the walls and the water line, the AquaSense 2 uses its powerful motors to hold itself up against the wall as its split rubber brushes on the front and the back clean the walls themselves. Just like with the floor of the pool, this moves in a pattern. It's an N shape moving up and down to meticulously clean all the way around your pool. It even gets up out of the water by a couple of inches for its dual pass waterline scrubbing to make sure that the water line is thoroughly cleaned, since that's usually the dirtiest area of the pool, with hard water scaling and also the dirt and debris that builds up. Now, when compared to similarly priced devices, one nice feature that the Beatbot AquaSense 2 has to offer that others don't is its smart water surface parking and one-touch app retrieval. When the robot is done with its cleaning task, whether it was just cleaning the floor of the pool or the walls, it makes sure that it rises up to the surface of the water and then parks itself on the edge of the pool for easy retrieval. It does this by pushing out the water from the inside of the unit so that it's light enough to float on the surface, but this also makes it a lot lighter when you're trying to pull it out of the pool as well. Now the park feature is specifically designed for when the robot floats up to the surface of the water after completing a cleaning cycle. If you don't take it out of the water immediately, there's a chance that it might float to the middle of the pool and drift away, but pressing the park button in the app will then wake the Beatbot back up, and then it'll make its way to the edge of the pool for easy retrieval. A nice feature to have. Okay, so let's check out that waste bin to see what was cleaned up from the bottom of the pool. As I was suspecting, there's definitely a lot of sand in there. Lots of pine needles as well, some leaves, flower petals from the bushes and the trees that are still blossoming here in the spring. We can just spray this off with our garden hose and then stick it back into the unit so that it's ready to go for the next cleaning session. And my recommendation is always to make sure that you clean out the waste bin as soon as you pull the robot out of the pool so that things don't dry up and then get crusty inside, which makes it a lot harder later on to clean. As for the design of the unit itself, I have to say it's built pretty solidly with these big beefy treads on either sides, which help with the traction while it's moving along the floor of the pool and also climbing the walls. Beatbot has also used a durable automotive grade IMR coating, giving it more of a premium look, but it also should make it help last a whole lot longer. In fact, this thing comes with an impressive 3-year warranty, which also includes a full replacement if it stops working. That just shows how much confidence that Beatbot has in the AquaSense 2, which means it should last you quite a bit longer than that. If the $3,500 sticker price of the Beatbot AquaSense 2 Ultra is a little bit off-putting or too much for you, you'll be happy to know that the AquaSense 2 comes in at $1,599, and that's its full retail price. They're actually running some summer specials right now at $1,099, making this an absolute steal. Having used the AquaSense 2 and also the AquaSense 2 Ultra to clean and test out in our pool, I definitely think that there's a lot more value for most people to go with the AquaSense 2. But if you are the type of person who wants all the bells and whistles and wants that extra surface skimmer, the water clarification system, and also a more advanced AI-powered cleaning algorithm to clean the bottom of your pool, going with the Ultra might be the best option for you. If you want more details on both of these devices, be sure to check out the links in the video description below, and I'll be sure to have the best prices for you listed there as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.